Alright, so today I'm going to be doing a comparison between the iPod 3rd Gen, which is over here, and the Samsung Galaxy S3. Keep in mind that I'm not a pro reviewer though, so I won't give out, I guess, the correct information. For example, like the pricing or the specs or, if it's worth it or not. Actually, yeah, I'll give it up. But basically, I'm just going to do more of an experience kind of thing, in which I just talk about, the phone in general and that kind of stuff. Now, the whole point of this video is just to see which one is better, I guess. I'm not trying to say that, you should buy the one that I recommend, but it's just like a little kind of comparison that I just thought of, one night. And of course my friend wanted to see this video too, so here we go. Let's start off with the iPod 3rd Gen though. As you can see my hair and everything. That's pretty cool, I guess. There's the backside. By the way, the cover screen too, so that's pretty cool. But as you can see from the backside, there's a lot of scratches here. Assuming that I probably use this phone for around or this mobile device for around 2 to 3 years now. So that's pretty old, I guess. Also, there's little marks in there. It's basically because I guess one night when I was sleeping, I kind of because when I go to sleep, I always put my iPod near my bed or near my pillow because in case school starts, I can check what time is it, or in case, there's something that's coming up, I can check what time is it, or whatever, It's basically like a little notifier kind of alarm thing, and, I guess one night I was sleeping, and, you know how when you're sleeping, you don't have control, right? Well, I guess my hand accidentally, just shoved it off, and it basically just hit those little, you see those little black things over there? So as you can see, I guess it basically just went bam, it just smacked it, and as a result, it left these kind of marks. But the problem is, if you look at it carefully, there's 2 marks in there, assuming that these are more of handprints, but they're not actually handprints, I don't know why. Alright, let's just get started here. So let me just log in first, because security is always good, I guess. So basically, I'm going to use a stand too for this one, but for the Samsung Galaxy, I'm going to be holding it, so it's going to be a little bit hard to tell, the Samsung. Unless I have really, good hand control, what do we call it? So this is how it looks like. I hope everyone, or I hope everyone has seen this before, because if not, then you shouldn't really worry, because this at this point is very outdated compared to the Samsung Galaxy. So as you can see, the motion control or the swiping feature is pretty easy. You just swipe and it moves. There's also a feature where you can type one letter and it'll basically sort of for example, if you want to
send your friend a letter through notes, I guess, if that doesn't make any sense, you can just type in a letter and then it'll basically just search for everything that has the first letter. So it's sort of like a little quick searching kind of alphabetical order kind of list, which is really good. And also listen to music too. I don't really mind that much music. You can also go to Game Center. You can use calculator. You can use mail. So yeah, everything seems pretty pretty resourceful. Let's just look at the camera quality though, which I guess some people are worried about, because the camera quality for these kind of older kind of these quality for these kind of older iOS devices that Apple makes or produces aren't really that good. So as you can see right now, I turned on the camera and I'm looking at it now in real life, and it's sort of like yellowish, but in here it's sort of whitish. So there's sort of a huge difference there because if you're looking at one part of the screen and if it's yellow, and if you're looking into your camera that you're recording with, and if it's white, then the contrast may be a little bit off, probably due to the lighting, but whatever. So as you can see, let me just take this off real quick. So yeah, you can just take a picture, but you have to keep in mind that if you do take a picture, this thing does it does pretty well when you take a picture of real life things. Like for example, if you take a picture of this, this isn't really that good. Okay, so here's basically the close up, and as you can see, I can't really zoom in much further because it's still gonna be really blurry. And then I tried taking a picture from long range, and here's how it looked like. I guess the only qualities is that if let's say you have a homework, right? You have like a quiz tomorrow to have to study for. You can take a picture of your textbook and it'll produce a pretty slightly good quality. But then depending on what angle you take a picture of, sometimes they may be a little bit blurry. Like for example, you can pretty much read a little bit of this. Let me just zoom in real quick, or autofocus, whatever we call it. So you can pretty much read the first, second, and third. Now the fourth one you can read if you're if you can sort of picture very carefully. But main point here is that you can take a picture of things like food and that kind of stuff. This thing will do pretty well in it. But when it comes to things like recording gameplays or taking a picture of a certain image or an object, it won't do that good. And that's just how it works when it comes to older kind of camera qualities for the iOS. So in short, this is sort of a compatible kind of device. I mean, if you want a device that can that you can just surface and use and whatever, like listen to music or use the internet, then I recommend you get this. But if you want something that can call, such as an iPhone, which can play music, search YouTube, surf the web, and call and text people, then you should probably get the iPhone. So yeah, here's the difference, I guess, is because this doesn't have the phone feature and the Samsung Galaxy does. But if you buy the iPhone, then it can be sort of similar, Alright, let's look at the iPhone now. Or not the iPhone, let's look at the Samsung Galaxy S3 now, which obviously if you look at it, it looks more, I guess, more vibrant, more colorful, more high definition. So in short, it looks a lot better than my iPod, which I can agree on, because let's be honest here, this was made in 2011, 2012. This was made in 2009 or 10. I don't know. I mean, if you look at both of them, though, I mean, you can obviously see. Cause let's just measure first. I've got to measure it. So comparing this to this, excluding my dumb, as you can see, Samsung's a lot taller. In terms of the color, I don't know if you guys, or I don't know if anyone is watching this video, I don't know if you guys prefer black or white. But as you can see, you got the little trademark there, and you got the little provider there. And the reason why I chose T-Mobile was because T-Mobile was prepaid, meaning if you put in a certain amount of money, let's just say $50 on the Samsung Galaxy, it would basically just like how would you explain this? But I can't really explain it. But you guys can just search a prepaid, and it's just a lot easier than having a contract, because with contract, you have to pay them a certain amount of money, Like, it can be a lot of money. It can be like 2K, 5K, depending on your family's financial kind of income thing, Sometimes contracts are worth it for different types of people. Sometimes prepaid are for people like me, who I highly recommend you should get prepaid, because, I mean, do you honestly want to be spending a lot of money just for unlimited text and calls? I mean, it really depends. If you're a person who likes to talk and text, then yes, I guess you could get the contract. But if you're a person who just uses this for emergencies or whatever, then just get prepaid. So yeah. So again, here's the background. Just sign in real quick. So here's how it looks like. As you can see, you got the little sunny weather, you got the little Fahrenheit, got the time, got the date, got everything set. There's also a little feature too, and now the huge thing that basically makes this better than this is that this actually this actually has a little talking feature. So if you want to talk to someone, or if you want to use the voice searching engine instead of talking, then you can also do that. That's pretty good. You can check your phone messages, contacts, and that kind of stuff. Maps, and I think I said to my friend before, but this is more of a computer kind of thing, and I'll show you right now. I'll show you an example. Where is setting at? Yeah, as you can see, you can just create folders and that kind of stuff. It's a little bit hard to control when I'm not really looking at the camera. Alright, there's autofocus again, so you guys can get a better look. So as you can see here, basically all the apps that I've downloaded, because when you buy it, they download some apps, but you can delete if you want to. If you go to something like YouTube, for example, or YouTube, you can basically just force stop, which means it will just stop it from running. You show notifications, you can turn it off, or you can uninstall updates. And as you can see, comparing this to this, for example, this has more, stats. Like, it tells you how much total data you have, how much application, how much SD card app, and whatever. So it's just more of like a computer in a way. Hopefully you guys can, agree with me, because the way that this is built is sort of like a computer ported, and I'm not saying that a computer ported is a weird thing. I'm saying it's more of what you should kind of I guess kind of receive or kind of expect from technology nowadays, is that they're not moving to things that are more computerized, because computers are popular already. So why not port a computer kind of app into a mobile device, and thus as a result many phones were kind of like this, especially since this is an Android. I mean, Androids are obviously built to be computer ports kind of, whereas the iOS is more of like a friendly kind of thing, where if you get a virus on this Samsung, then you're basically fucked. But if you get a virus on this thing, which is highly unlikely, then I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to say here, main point here, this has been going on for 10 minutes now, is that if you want to call and if you want to play games or listen to music and that kind of stuff, this is the phone for you. If you want to have a more easier kind of life, and if you just want to listen to music and play games and that kind of stuff without worrying about people calling you out of nowhere, because sometimes when you have a mobile device, people might call you or advertise them, or people might text you, like some random stranger might text you, whatever. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So once again, in a nutshell, this is more of a public kind of life where you can sort of interact with society, like by calling or texting, and this is more of a private life, or more of a compatible life, where more of an easier life. Let's just get to that point. Anyways, that's pretty much it for my review. It's not really a review, or it's more of a comparison. Let's just say that. Anyways, bye.